Good evening, sports fans, and we welcome you to Fenton High School. It's November 1st, 2019, and alongside Brian McPhee, I'm Dan Pelchat, Matt Boyer on camera. We're here for the opening round of the Michigan High School Athletic Association playoffs, and we should be in for a dandy here tonight, Brian.
We sure should. You know, we have two one-loss teams out here, and both of them think they probably should be undefeated coming in here, but we're on the road. And we got a great game. You know, we had a great game last week. We'll see. I think everybody's pretty healthy out there.
That's the key.
Yep. And you got the excitement of some of the JV players coming up on both sides. You may see a sophomore get to stick his hat out there and run a play or two, which is always exciting. Seeing those kids start their varsity career here in their sophomore year. So we got a great game in front of us. I think the teams match up okay. We got one common foe in Waterford Mott.
Okay. They
both played, and we both beat them. Fenton played them earlier on in the year, and they had, I think it was like a 25-20 ball game or something pretty close. And that team has some good ball players on it, as we remember. So we'll look for the defense to be tough, and the offense hopefully gets explosive right from the get-go.
I agree. It sounds like the Fenton Tigers are going to come out here and try and run the football, a little bit of power run. I wasn't able to dig up a whole lot on them. I actually wasn't even able to get a legit roster. The one I found on Max Preps had some of the parents listed as players. True story. So must have been run by a parent, you know. But the Lions actually just came onto the field. We're about 3.5 minutes away from kickoff. I mean, what can you say, Brian? Where else would you rather be? It's the opening night of the Michigan High School Athletic Association playoffs. It's Friday night. It's playoff season. Let's go.
It is, yep. And these seniors for South Lyon have something to prove, too.
I agree.
They want to take this team deep in the playoffs this year, something that South Lyon hadn't done in a couple of years. So we're anxious to see them. They definitely got the skills and ability to do that. They play as a team. They should be okay.
Absolutely. And we're just as excited as the kids are, probably.
I know.
We've got quite a unique shot we're shooting from. I guess they call it the crow's nest here. And, you know, we're going to have a great shot of the game, but it's a little scary up here, and we're definitely dealing with the elements. So stick around. We'll be back with the opening kickoff here at Fenton High School in the opening round of the playoffs between the South Lyon Lions and the Fenton Tigers here in a moment.
Kicking out for the Tigers, number 94, Braden Moore.
Deep to return for the Lions, number 81, Brendan Locke. And we are underway in the first round of the playoffs here in 2019. Got a lane. Quinn Fracassi across midfield and near to the 45-yard line. A nice way to start, Brian.
Sure is. You might get some good field position. We're over in the Fenton territory right there, and it looked like he only had one guy to get by, and he tried to step back inside, but good return there by Quentin.
Yeah, good return, and actually a solid play by the Fenton defender there to use the sideline to the best of his ability to get Quinn down there. So the Lions will start 1st and 10 inside of Tiger territory, right at their 45. Connor Fracassi will be at quarterback. Looks like that might be Schaefer to his right. Quinn in motion. Going up top. He's got Locke. And he's got him. In for the Lion touchdown to start it off. First play from scrimmage.
We said at the beginning that they needed to stretch the field and be explosive with this offense. Then you can't get any better than that, scoring on your first play of the game.
Wow. Big return, go up top, big play, and the Lions jump out to a 6-0 lead with 11:47 to play here in the first quarter. Stojanovic on for the extra point. We've seen this doesn't always end up as an extra point play. It looks like it will at least turn into an extra point attempt here. We got a flag down. Looked like early on the defense there.
Yeah, I think so. You know, in this play, some teams don't know how to cover it.
Right.
And so they take advantage of that. And we scored more times than not the two-point conversion.
Right. So here I am getting aggressive already. You got half the distance to the goal. Do you just line up normal play? I mean, they're not, but I mean, it ran through my head. Stojanovic adjusts the block and will line up for the extra point. Good job by... the extra point is up and good. But sorry, number one.
Frank.
Yeah, Evan, thank you.
Frank
Gosh, I had a terrible brain fart there. Evan did a great job getting that ball up and for the kick, and it is good. So with 11:47 to play in the first quarter, the Lions jump out to a 7-0 lead. We'll be back in a moment.
Chris Shinovar going to kick off for the Lions here. He pops it up down to about the 20. Fenton grabs it there, scoots up the sideline a little bit, about a 6-yard return. He's taken down right at the 31-yard line, where the Fenton Tigers will start their first possession on offense.
Takes it to the 31-yard line, 5-yard return. Tigers will have first and 10.
So we'll see what the Tigers come out with. They've been primarily a big running team and had quite a bit of success offensively this year. Obviously, they're in the playoffs and hosting a home game. They start from the gun. Trips out to the left, the handoff, and he's run down. It's a little zigzag in the backfield, and he's thrown for a loss. Rather elusive runner, but he couldn't get away from that Lions. They had him hemmed in.
Number 70, Gus Taylor.
Big Gus Taylor in on the tackle.
Nice job by the defense there. Like you said, shifty runner. Was able to make a couple miss, but the Lions right there.
They take the snap, they drop back the pass. The rush is on. He rolls out to the side and throws it out to his girlfriend in the track and the cheerleading group.
Yeah, he no doubter on that one. Nearly got to the track.
Yeah. Well, he had Camoris on him. Evan DeFrank was in there, and Big Gus Taylor was running them down. That's not a group you want to get hit by.
No, certainly not. And certainly don't want to make a habit of it.
So 3rd down and 10. Quarterback goes up the middle, and it looks like Schaefer meets him right there, back about the original line of scrimmage.
I don't even know if he got there, Brian. It's going to be a definite punting situation here. 4th down and 11.
Yeah, he's short a yard there, so it's 4th and 11. The Lions defense holds up really well there.
Tackle for the Lions, assisted by Ryan Shamp. 4th down players.
Brendan Locke back to receive the punt. He's standing at about his 42-yard line. And he's going to take it right at the 45. He gets outside down to the 50, and he's brought back down. Forward progress should be about the 50-yard line.
81, Brendan Locke returns the more punt back up to the
Well, they'll mark it at the 49.
Fracasse's pass complete out to Quinn Fracasse. He'll be across the 35, down near to the 31. Going to be just short of the 1st down. And decision time here.
Yeah, Quinn did a good job of getting some yards after the catch there. But they've got a decision to make here now. 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1.
Oh, my mistake. The dial-it-down guy was so fast there, Brian. I thought the last play was 3rd down. So it is 3rd and 1, and there's no decision to be made. The Lions are obviously going to have an offensive play here. Trips to the near side. Camoris in motion. They give it to Schaefer. Schaefer's got a lane. Schaefer's across the 20, punishing defenders down to the 15. That's not a guy you want to see coming clean.
No, you don't. And, he got to that 2nd level, and I think his eyes get big, like, there's a big bowl of ice cream in front of him there. But
well, credit the secondary. I don't know if he was a safety or a corner, but he squared up and just held on out there along the far sideline. 1st and 10 Lions inside the red zone here at the Fenton 15. Fracassi back to pass, fires, intended for Locke. And there looked to be a little bit of a hold there. We'll see.
There's a flag down.
Fracassi's pass intended for Locke is incomplete.
The official had a pretty good look at it, but sometimes a hold can look like an offensive push-off too. You never know what the ref sees. Looked like a hold to this guy, though. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Pass interference against the defense.
Against the Tigers.
So that'll be half the distance to the goal. Lesson I learned this year, Brian. That is not a first down necessarily.
Right.
At the high school level, once you're inside the red zone, if it's half the distance, it's not though, buddy. The PA announcer fell for the same trick I did. It's first down and looks like 3 after the penalty. So I guess it is a first down, but it wouldn't have been an automatic first down. Yeah, there we go. Goes to the end zone. Locke, off his back shoulder. Pretty good coverage, but Fracassi put it right where, behind him, where only Locke could really make a play on it since the coverage was still locked up with Brendan.
Well, Connor's been doing a good job this year of avoiding the turnovers and putting the ball only where his guys can get it or have a chance at it.
Second down and a short 3. The Lions need to get to the 6-yard line here for a first and goal opportunity. 7:46 to play in this first quarter. Fracassi in the gun, Schaefer to his left. They're going to give it to Schaefer. He's trying to get to the corner. He's going to be awfully close to that first down marker.
Schaefer's ball carrier.
Yeah, it looks like his momentum going forward, the way he was tackled, kind of spun him up towards the first down marker.
Yeah, let's see where they mark it. I thought he got pretty close to the 5-yard line there. Either way, that should be a first, no? I mean, I guess we are a quarter mile away. It's tough to tell.
Exactly.
Third down 1 for the Lions.
Schaefer goes in motion. Connor. Fracassi tried to find a lane, but really didn't look like he got it.
No, I don't know if he had any forward progress sticking his nose in between the tackles up there, but it doesn't look like they're giving it to him.
Now, Stojanovic was knocking down those extra points last week. It does appear as if the field goal unit is coming on.
Yeah, and
they're going to hurry right up to the line.
Tonight there's no wind.
Yep. So Stojanovic on, Evan DeFrank to hold.
They may run the Captain Jack right here.
Ooh, it looked like they may.
I don't know if that's DeFrank's call or the holder.
Right.
But
so now we're going to get a timeout on the field. Sorry, Brian.
No.
It would have been a 24-yard attempt. The timeout is the Lions. It's their first. 6:49 to play here for first quarter. The Lions lead it 7-0. All right. So the field goal unit back on the field. Stojanovic, DeFrank to hold. 24-yard attempt. Kick is up. And no good. They're going to say it looks like it was wide right. And the Fenton Tigers catch a break there.
Oh, they sure do. Going down 2 scores early here in the first quarter, and maybe a little bit of a momentum builder, but the way the defense stopped them last time, we'll see how they do this time.
So at the high school level, after the missed field goal, they'll start at the 20-yard line. Did we get a name for the quarterback for them? I'm sorry.
I haven't been able to catch the number yet.
Right. Yeah, the numbers are incredibly difficult. It's a black on black jersey with orange trim. We got a couple flags down. It'll be a false start against the Tigers. Looks like
Tigers, false start. First and 15 from the 15.
So that'll back them up 5. First and 15 from the 15.
3 or 2?
Number looks like number 2. Dylan
Davidson.
Okay, he's listed as a quarterback.
Yeah.
Junior. Okay. So we'll go with that. Davidson will go with the handoff. And the Lions are ready for it. And there was a pile of them there. Camoris, Schaefer was there earlier. Looks like Gus Taylor down there, number 70. Yeah. Gus.
Ryan Champ was in there as well.
Well, you're trying to get 11 hats to the ball. Lions are doing a good job.
Right. Well, that's where this defense is. You can call off about 5 numbers, and you'll know one of them's in there.
Screen pass. And a great open field effort there by Newman to push number 24 out of bounds there.
Yeah, he did a great job, and it's starting a little early here, but Jesse Powell almost got home on the quarterback there and put him on his back.
I knew a couple of people were coming out tonight that haven't seen the Lions play all season, and number 30 and number 28. There were several numbers. And it's intercepted by Newman. Off the deflection, and the Lions are going to have it 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. And another great defensive series by the Lions.
Well, they got a big rush on there, and they may not know that teams have avoided the Newman side of the field this year for a reason.
1st and 10 Lions, 5:58 to play first quarter. If you're just joining us, the Lions lead at 7-0 in this first round playoff matchup here at Fenton High School. Beautiful touch pass just out of the reach of Camoras. That was a beauty, though.
That sure was, yep. Camoras had a step on the defensive man there, and the ball just kind of seemed to take off a little bit on Connor.
Looked like the Tigers had a couple guys there kind of following Mitch.
Well, the way the Lions have been playing running back by committee, and so many people are involved in this offense, depending what game you scouted,
right?
You know, you might be looking at the wrong guy for tonight.
Connor going to keep it on the quarterback option. He'll pick up a pair. Going to bring up 3rd down and 8 as the clock starts to run now. 5:40 and counting to play in this first quarter. We thank you very much for joining us here on November 1st, 2019. Alongside Brian McPhee, I'm Dan Pelchat, Matt Boyer on camera. Fracassi from the gun, Jack Schaefer to his left. Fracassi going to run with it. He's got an angle inside the 10 to the 6-yard line before he'll be marked out of bounds, and he will have a Lion 1st and goal.
Good decision there by Connor. Everybody was covered in the pattern, and he found an opening there. Nice block in the backfield by Schaefer.
1st and goal for the Lions from the Tigers.
Once he made the decision, I mean, there was no second guessing, and that was great because he knew he needed a chunk of yards there.
Right.
1st and goal, Lions, just outside the 6-yard line. Lions lead it 7-0 as we're just under 5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Schaefer going to be met with some serious resistance right there at the 6-yard line. Not a whole lot doing there.
Nope. Normally Jack can carry half a team on his back, but he didn't get the momentum going.
1-yard loss on the play. Caleb Anderson made a tackle for the Tigers.
You don't hear that too often when Schaefer carries a ball.
No.
1-yard loss.
Fracassi out of the gun, Schaefer to his right. Gonna go back to him. He's got a convoy. Schaefer, I think he's gonna be marked out just shy of the goal line.
I think so too. The ref was right there to see it.
He's
gonna mark him at the 2.
Down the 2-yard line. Marcus Perkey long range of attack for the Tigers.
In my humble opinion, I think that might have been a bad spot.
I think we lost. We were
Lost
shorted
a yard there at
a
least.
yard there.
Chase Andrews, please report the touchdown.
3rd down, goal to go for the Lions from the 2. 4:04 to play in this first quarter. Percassi gonna go quarterback power, and he's in. Touchdown Lions. 4:01 to play, first quarter, and the Lions will go up 13-0.
Great run there by Connor. I was kind of looking out to the right there where Locke was one-on-one, and the safety might have been looking that way also, and so just open up the line a little bit there.
Well, and you can't blame them.
Well, you got to cover everybody on this offense.
Yes. Stojanovic on for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 4:01 to play in the first quarter, South Lyon jumps out to a 14-0 lead here at Fenton High School. We'll be back in a moment. Shinovar to kick off for the Lions here. Good boot down the middle of the field, fielded at about the 11-yard line. Number 6 in there for the Lions.
Brandon Miller returns the Chris Shinovar kickoff 20 yards up to the 30-yard line. Morris made the tackle for the Lions.
Derek Jambor.
Yep.
Nice job by him there on the special teams. This is Fenton's third offensive possession. They've yet to really get anything going against the Lions. Trying to run there between the tackles, number 24.
I was going to give a shout out to the coaches here for doing a good job on prepping for this game and knowing them, putting their players in the right position and stuffing the offense there.
Fenton out of the gun, rolls to the far side, complete. And depending on the spot, yes, Fenton will have their first down of the game.
He gets a Tiger first down at the 40-yard line. Jake Newman made the tackle for the Lions.
Newman in on the stop for South Lyon. 1st and 10 Tigers at their own 40. 3:07 and counting to play first quarter. Lions lead it 14-0. Quarterback going to keep it on the option. Davidson.
He gets up to the 44-yard line. Gain of 4. Ryan Shamp and Gus Taylor made a tackle for the Lions.
Taylor and Shamp in on the stop for South Lyon.
And that the defensive line is doing a great job there tonight.
Oh, pass is ruled incomplete. Looked like he had it for a moment, but then as he was driven to the ground, it was broken up.
Yeah, it looks like Jesse Powell was out there in coverage.
Little zone drop action, right? I mean, he's athletic enough. No reason that he can't.
Well, I didn't quite see if that was a tight end or maybe a fullback that he just stayed in coverage with and worked out great for the Lions.
Back to pass, Davidson under pressure, and he is going to be eaten up back at the 28-yard line by Mitch Kamoris and Jesse Powell.
They were after him like a dog on a bone. He even tackled the guys that were blocking them.
Yeah. And the Lions defense continues to be a headache, yet to be solved by this Fenton offense. 2 minutes and counting left to play in this first quarter. Deep to return for the Lions, number 81, Brendan Locke. High hanger. Yep, he's going to tell everyone to get away from it, as he should. Oh, man, DeFrank was awfully close to that ball.
Right. He needed to get the heck away from that one. We saw that in the Walled Lake game earlier in the year when it didn't work out well. And that actually wasn't our fault.
That was a blown call for sure, but that's a lesson learned, you would hope. So.
Michigan student aid administered scholarship.
Fracassi out of the gun. Back to pass. Fires to his right. Has Locke. He'll have a 9-yard gain. No, they're going to rule that incomplete on the far sideline.
It doesn't look like he completed the process, as they call it.
Yeah. Hard for us to tell. He definitely had it initially, and then as he broke towards the sideline, it looks like it may have been broken up. I don't know that I've seen a worse uniform for broadcasters than these Fenton Tigers uniforms. Just a quick side note.
Right. Milford's wasn't too good either. The black on black with the outlined letters and another.
Jordan Singleton on the carry. He'll be brought down in the backfield.
Jordan Singleton is the ball carrier.
Trenton wasn't such a good color match either.
Austin Henry with the tackle for the Tigers.
So the Fenton Tigers here are doing a decent job against our running game as we keep pounding away at it, but they're doing a pretty good job of holding us at bay.
Lions face 3rd and long, about 11. They need to get to the midfield for a first. Schaefer next to Fracassi in the gun. Lock in motion. Fracassi under pressure, buying time, fires deep down the field for number 2, Keegan McGrath, and he reels it in at the Fenton 25.
Well, that's happened almost every game this year where Keegan's helped Connor out by making himself open, and he did a great job of hanging on to that ball because our defender was right there.
First down Lions at the Tigers, 25 yards.
I'm sure that's just the way they drew it up, Brian, with 41 and a half to go here in the first quarter. Lions back in business, knocking on the door of the Fenton Tiger red zone. Already leading it 14-0 here in this pre-district game.
Yeah, Fenton had a good rush on there that time. Connor did a good job of stepping away from it, and he looked like he was going to run, but he caught Keegan out of the corner of his eye and hit him with the pass.
Screen pass to Locke. He's got some blockers. Turns the corner. He'll have a first down inside the 15. And it'll be 1st and 10 Lions at the Tiger 11-yard line. 34 seconds left to play here in the first quarter.
1st and 10 Lions at the 11-yard line.
We'll see if the passing success doesn't open up the running game a little bit for the Lions.
Fracassi's pass. In for the Lion touchdown.
Steve Shelton, I don't know why they let him get so open there, but he did a great job of pitch and catch with Connor.
Yes, he did, and the Lions will go up 3 scores with 29 seconds left to play in this first quarter. And you really can't, on the drive up here, if we would have been talking about a picture-perfect first quarter, minus the missed field goal, I mean, this is it.
Right. And again, proves you got to cover everybody on this offense. You got to play pretty straight up. There's too many weapons out there.
Kick is up, and it is good. So with 29 seconds remaining in the first quarter, the Lions will go up 21-0 here on the road in the first round of the playoffs against the Fenton Tigers. We'll be back in a moment. Christian Navarre to kick off for the Lions. Nice boot will be fielded at the 10. Has a lane. Now along the far sideline. This is exactly what the Tigers needed, but Brendan Locke able to dash him and bring him down from behind. Locke's got great speed.
He sure does, and he closed in on him and made a great diving tackle.
Well, and at least it'll give the defense a chance. But speaking from the Fenton side of things, that's exactly what that team needed, as the offense has come out and literally flatlined this entire first quarter. And football is a funny game. You know, sometimes you need something from your defense or special teams to spark you. We'll have to see if that is able to do it for this Tiger team. 1st and 10 at the South Lyon 16.
And they're in the full house. The Lions didn't do so well against that with Lakeland.
That's a good point.
But we did come back and won that game, obviously. But the defense had a little bit of trouble finding out who had the ball.
Looks like we have an injury on the far side. It is a Lion. So with 4 seconds left to play in the first quarter, we'll step out for a quick break. We welcome you back to Fenton High School. Newman was able to get up under his own power there, but we did move on to the second quarter, and the Fenton Tigers are in for the touchdown.
Well, they made that look too easy. They went off tackle, basic off tackle play, and he got past the linebackers and was in.
Extra point is up and good with 11:54 to play in the second quarter. The Fenton Tigers strike for the first time tonight and make it back to a 2-possession ball game, 21-7. Fine, let's see how the Lions respond after giving up the first scoring play for the Tigers. Lock deep to return early here in this second quarter. Good boot. Will go into the end zone for a touchback. And the Lions will start 1st and 10 at their own 20.
That kid's got a leg on him.
I would, yeah.
Fenton proved they can be as explosive as the Lions. And the Lions are going to need to make sure they fill those gaps and play them straight up out there.
5 wide for the Lions. Fracassi out of the gun. DeFrank and Locke to the near side. They're going to go to DeFrank and complete.
Pass intended for DeFrank is incomplete.
Second down, 10 to go for the Lions. 11:51 left to play in this second quarter. South Lyon leads the Fenton Tigers 21-7. Give is to DeFrank. Looking for room, and he takes a big shot just as he got back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looked like he ran into one of his own guys there. But they had great pursuit on Evan, and he just couldn't get around the corner.
Cole Patterson made that time for the Tigers.
11 minutes, 30 seconds, and counting left to play in this second quarter.
A set of keys up in the press box. If you lost your keys, bring some of the press box and describe them for us.
Third down and long for the Lions. They haven't been in this situation a whole lot tonight, Brian.
No, they haven't.
I think they converted that pass to Keegan earlier. They set up the middle screen. I believe it's Schaefer. Oh, Nelly. And he's going to be tough to bring down before the first, and they couldn't. Whistle's blown, but not before Schaefer gets across the 30 to the 32 and a first down for the Lions. And boy, oh boy, can that be demoralizing for a defense.
Oh, sure can. You hold them for 2 downs, and we don't look like they're going to do anything, and then you get a play like that. And as we talked about, Schaefer gets a little head of steam, and he knew he had to get across the 30, and he made sure he did that.
Yeah, that's just a heads-up football play by a heads-up football player. And the Lions will have it 1st and 10 at their own 32, and the clock will start to run here again in the second quarter. 10.5 and counting. Lions with a fresh set of downs. Fracassi out of the gun. Looks like Mainrich in motion. Gonna go up top to Locke. He's got him. Incomplete. There's a flag down. This should be interesting.
Yes, there was some contact there. The home crowd thinks it's against them. We'll see what the ref saw.
Well, I'll tell you what. Brendan did a nice job of trying to locate the ball while there may have been, it was minimal contact, really. It'll be interesting to see what they call.
Well, before that, Locke was trying to get some separation. They're talking it out over there.
They're going to wave it off.
Oh.
Yeah. I think they talked it over. You didn't see him make the uncatchable signal, but that may have been the deciding factor.
Right.
But if you're right, I mean, if they're tugging on Brendan there, you know, he's a thoroughbred. He'll run out there. He'll run underneath that. So Lions will just have to forget about it. 2nd down and 10. Ooh, Jack took a shot there.
Jack Schaefer's ball carrier.
You know, it's a real bummer that we really can't tell the numbers on these kids for Fenton. I don't know who the young man was, but he came in there with the hit stick.
Yeah, he did.
Jack there. Minimal gain will bring up 3rd down and 9 or 10 again. Lions need to get to their own 42 for a 1st down. 9:50 and counting to play in this second quarter. McGrath and Quinn Fracassi to the near side for the Lions. Locke in motion. Connor back to pass. Buying time. Under pressure, and wisely just protects the ball and goes down at that point.
Yeah, the pocket fell apart on him there, and he tried to step up and just stepped into a Tiger.
4-12.
So the Tiger defense able to hold after giving up a 3rd down conversion earlier in the drive. And really, just what the doctor ordered for the Fenton Tigers here, as Locke will be back in punt formation. The Tigers will have 2 men back to return. And boomed away by Locke. Fielded, fair catch, called for at the 35. The Lions lead it 21-7, 8:45 to play second quarter. We'll be back with the Fenton Tigers on offense in a moment. 1st and 10. Mishandled the snap, able to corral it in. Gets the pass off to the near sideline. Pickup of 5. Couple flags outside the play, and the officials pointing at a Tiger. And you know what you can't afford down 2 scores? Is a personal foul away from the play.
Right.
Let's see what the call is.
His pass is complete to Brendan Miller. Gain of 5. Keaton McGrath made the tackle for the Lions. There's a penalty marker on the field.
Dead ball, personal foul against the Lions. Yeah. I think that was a cop-out. I really do. I think they ended up probably getting the Lions over here on the sideline, and then the one away from the play was on Fenton. I didn't see really what happened away from the ball, but I saw the official immediately point to the Fenton player. And I don't know. I just feel like that was a little bit of a cop-out by the officials. I didn't see the Lions do anything.
Well, like you said, and you got to make sure you take the high road in this game where someone takes a swing at you or extracurricular activity. You got to just lay off.
Right.
Get him back during the play.
That's right. Handoff to the tailback out of the shotgun. He'll have a pickup of 3.
Another ball carrier. He'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Looked like that was Amari Westbrook, number 25.
3rd down and manageable for the Tigers here. They need to get to the 45 for a first down. So we approach 8 minutes to play in this second quarter. Oh, a little bit of, I bet you that was a miscommunication in the backfield there as both tailbacks went to go take the handoff.
And it didn't help that Jesse Powell was coming in from his defensive end position and tackled both of them.
Right. He's an equal opportunity, hitter, so he just took everyone out.
Right, I know one of you has the ball.
Brings up 4th down, and although the Tigers are near midfield, lots of time left in this game. It should be a punting situation, and it looks like they are in punt formation. Locke will drop back to return for South Lyon. Not much on it. Poison. Oh, takes a Fenton Tiger roll.
Look at that stay inside the sideline there.
That was wild.
Looked like it was going to go out at about the 30 maybe, and it just rolled along there like at the bowling alley with the bumpers up.
Right. Well, it looks like it may have touched the chalk there. They're going to mark it at the 29. 7:17 to play, second quarter. South Lyon leads Fenton 21-7. Thank you very much for joining us here alongside Brian McPhee. I'm Dan Pelchat, Matt Boyer on camera. We're at Fenton High School on November 1st, 2019, bringing you this first round pre-district playoff game. Looks like Quinn Fracassi with the reception there on the far sideline. They'll blow it dead as there's a gang of Tigers.
And they were pretty much on top of that one.
Marcus Perky with the tackle for the Tigers. 2nd and 9 from South Lyon.
Tell you, they have some confidence in their D-backs to leave Brendan one-on-one out here.
Five wide for the Lions. Mitch in motion. A flag on the play, but Connor going to be gobbled up in the backfield. Looks like that's going to be a hold against South Lyon.
Unfortunately, yes.
Penalty marker on the field.
Holding against the Lions will be declined.
Holding against South Lyon. The Tigers will decline that penalty.
Well, it'll force a 3rd and long for the Lions at their own 29-yard line, the original line of scrimmage. 6:28 remaining in this second quarter.
3rd down and 10 for South Lyon.
Big 3rd down play here. About midway through this second quarter. Fracassi has Schaefer behind him in the pistol. Play action to Schaefer. Finds Camoris. Camoris across midfield and into Tiger territory. He'll have enough for the first down, and a flag behind the play. And by Connor's reaction, it's going to be against the Lions.
He's down at the 43-yard. Here's a penalty marker on the play.
Ineligible man downfield against the Lions.
Penalty against South Lyon. Illegal player downfield.
Man, unfortunate.
I'd like to see that back on film.
Me too.
And maybe they don't give him any kind of grace period of a yard or two out there.
Well, the Tigers will have to take this penalty. They'll back the Lions up to their 24-yard line.
He's up 3rd down and 15 for South Lyon.
They'll wind the clock, and that'll take us Under 6 minutes to go now in this second quarter. South Lyon leading it 21-7 over the Fenton Tigers. Fracassi out of the gun. Schaefer to his left. Has all day to throw. Looks in. Finds a man. He's going to have the first down, but of course, another flag on the near side of the field. Looked like Schaefer caught it. There are 2 flags down, actually. Usually a play drawn out like that, we're looking at probably a hold somewhere.
A hold or another man downfield.
That's true.
Scrambling back there.
That's a good point. Yep, good call, Brian. You got that one. Let's see if...
South Lyon, illegal man downfield. 5-yard penalty will bring up 3rd and 20.
Well, they've been able to convert the 2 with the penalty. I mean, any chance?
Some plays that'll work out there if we can just keep our linemen tucked in.
So the Lions will have it again. 3rd down, and they're calling it 20. We'll go with it too. They need to get to the 39 for a first down. Play action to Quinn. Fires incomplete. Intended for Keegan McGrath. Brings up a punting situation for the Lions with 5:18 to play in this second quarter.
That was a good play by that defensive back to come in and break that up.
Timing, yep.
Yep.
That was going to be a tough catch over the middle, though, and
well, give Keegan credit for going up for it, knowing he was going to get hit.
Yep. Locke gets away a good one. Fair catch called for and taken at the 49.
Calls it a fair catch.
And that's where the Tigers will take over with 5:12 to play in this second quarter. The Lions leading it 21-7.
Tigers will have first and 10 at the 48.
Eaten up in the backfield there, number 65 in there for the Lions.
Yeah, that's Ryan Shamp.
Nice play there, tackle for loss.
Ryan Shamp made the tackle for the Lions.
Loss of 3 on the play puts the Tigers back in their own territory at their own 49. 4:48 and counting to play in this second quarter. Ball's on the ground. Oh, and quarterback did a good job of just getting back on top of it, but he's going to lose another yard or 2. It's, hey, shocking. It's November 1st. It's cold out here.
Yes,
and so, taking these snaps from the gun, and, okay, no, he's just fixing his shoe there, but thought we had someone shaking up. But, hey, hits you on the edge of your fingers where, sometimes it's a little warmer. You might be able to get around it. That ball hit right in the hands, but ended up on the ground. Back to pass. Gonna go deep. Sideline route nearly intercepted. Newman was there, and then 23.
Brendan
Dancer, thank you, was right there to jump on it if you'd had a little more room on the near sideline.
Another half step on the sideline to be able to haul that in bounds.
So the Lion defense holds. 4 minutes exactly left to play in this second quarter.
With the coverage for the Lions.
Brendan Locke deep to return for South Lyon. You always got to watch for the funny stuff here on the punt team around midfield, though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and the Lions nearly got there. That was Dancer. And Locke going to call for the fair catch wisely as he had pressure coming at the 23-yard line. So with 3:54 to play in this second quarter, the Lions leading it 21-7. We'll step out. All right, so the Lions here Going to start 1st and 10 at their own 23. Quinn Fracassi in motion. Play action to him. Backside finds Mainrich. And he'll have a Lion first down to the 34-yard line. Thank you to our good friend, Coach Justin, coming through with the hand warmers over here. Solid play, my friend.
First down. Low and into the attack for the Tigers.
Good tough play there by Darian, keeping with the ball and keep him running north and south to get the first down.
You're absolutely right. And the little play action to Quinn opened it up, froze the linebackers for a moment, and then, having to get that engine going again while Mainrich was already moving, was able to pick up 10. Mitch Camoris on the carry. He'll pick up about 4.
Get him 3 yards. Jalen Nesmith tackle.
Yeah.
Second down and 7 for the Lions at the 37-yard line.
It's like Christmas up here on the press box as the hand warmers are getting broke out with 2:47 to play in the second quarter. Fracassi finds his brother Quinn, and he's going to be eaten up there at the 35. We'll bring up 3rd down and 9.
Complete to Quinn Fracassi. It's a 1-yard loss. Brady Terrell made the Tiger tackle. 3rd down 8 for South Lyon at the 36-yard line.
Fracassi under pressure and goes down. 1:48 on the clock.
7-yard loss.
Timeout Fenton. Lions leading it 21-7. Obviously a punting situation. We'll be back with that in a moment. Brendan Locke and the Lions in punt formation. 1:48 to play. And he got underneath that one. And number 14 there to quickly down the punt for the Lions. Dylan Knox. Yep, wise play because it was going to keep coming back. So Fenton's in business here. I thought they were out of timeout. Scoreboard says they have 1 left. Not unheard of for me to miss a timeout somewhere, though, or think it was the wrong team.
They called one down here, and then they called one just before our 4th down. That's 2.
Yeah, so.
Well, it's home field.
Right, yeah, exactly.
The rest keep it on the field.
Yes, so certainly.
Hopefully they got it right.
Man in motion, out of the gun. They go handoff to the tailback, and Jack Schaefer says, run the clock, boys.
Right.
Nice tackle coming from behind the play. Tackle for loss. Puts the Tigers back to midfield. Clock running.
And the Lions did a good job of stretching that one out, giving Jack the opportunity to come up from behind.
Out of the gun. Fenton goes the air attack. Has a man. Complete. Down inside the Lion 10-yard line. And it looked like just maybe a miscommunication. Maybe McGrath thought he had someone up top. He put a little hiccup in his step, and it gave the wideout a separation.
Yeah.
McGrath made the tackle for the Lions. First and goal, Tigers at the 8-yard line.
Now the Lion defense looking to hold as we're under a minute to go in the second quarter. The Tigers are threatening. Fires to the left side, incomplete. And the Tigers want a flag, but the officials are going to let him play. And it'll be 2nd down and goal to go for Fenton at the Lion 9.
Dylan Davison showing he's got a pretty good arm, quarterback for the Tigers.
Well, and here's the thing. You come in defensively gearing up for the run. And that's a nice weapon to have,
right?
When you decide to break it out. Yeah, he's thrown a couple nice balls here in the first half. They're going to go shotgun, twins to each side. Going to roll to the far side, throws to the flat, incomplete. Keegan in coverage, and quarterback Davidson wisely just threw it out where only his guy could get to it.
Yeah, and he didn't have a chance out there. Keegan had pretty good coverage out there.
Third down, goal to go, and we're going to get a timeout in the field. That should be the final timeout for the Tigers with 49 seconds left to play here in the first half. Lions leading it 21-7. Third and goal for the Tigers. Looking to get this back to a one-possession game. Out of the gun, rolling, fires, incomplete. Keegan wisely took his arm away from anywhere near the wide receiver's back. He saw he wasn't going to get to it, and the Tigers will face a fourth down and what looks like a field goal attempt to come to follow here. Should be about a 25-yard attempt with 44 seconds left in the first half. Number 94 to kick for the Tigers. 25-yard attempt from the left hash. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 41 seconds left to play in the second quarter, the Lions lead the Fenton Tigers 21-10.
41 seconds left in the first half. Brendan Locke is back deep. The Lions.
Mr. Morris kicking off for the Tigers. He's put a couple in the end zone. This one will come up short. Locke's going to get a shot at it. See if he can find a lane. Gets to the outside, 25. 30, dances his way to about the 35. 31 seconds left in this first half. The Lions do have 2 timeouts. And they will kick off to start the second half.
I'll tell you, I would be looking for an audible. If they run that single coverage on Locke and don't have a safety back there, you've got to be able to call an audible to take advantage of that.
You would think they would make a coverage adjustment here with under a minute to go in the second quarter.
You'd have a safety back, definitely.
Right. Locke is on the far side, trips to the near side. But you're right, Brian. Maybe they're trying to set up that one-on-one matchup. Let's see. Fracassi back to pass. And it's complete to Keegan at the 49. Clock will stop as the chains move. They did have Locke one-on-one up there.
Right. And Keegan's a good one to keep an eye out for, too, because teams don't seem to make a priority for him.
Fracassi clocks the ball. 20 seconds left to play in this first half. The Lions still have 2 timeouts. There is a gentle breeze. Yeah, they don't have their flags at half staff. Yep. So it would be in the Lions' face, it looks like, down on field level. Thank goodness for us up here on top of the press box, it's a gentle breeze.
Yes.
Fracassi back to pass, fires, has his man complete to Steve Shelton. He'll have a first down into Tiger territory, about the 39-yard line. 16 seconds left in the first half. Lions still own 2 timeouts, which means they can call anything they want in the playbook.
Yep. Without worrying about the what down it is, you can call pretty much anything. And I'm glad to see them not just sitting on it and trying to run the clock out. They're trying to get in the end zone.
Yeah, I don't know what Stojanovic and Shinovar's distance is, but they might get a shot here. Let's see. Pass again, complete, a great heads-up play. Steve Shelton knows where the sideline is and lunges for it, saves the timeout.
7 yards on completion.
Man, I feel like this clock is going just a little quick. I don't know. As we close in on halftime here in an 11-point game, the Lions leading it 21-10 in what has been a action-packed first half. Fracassi back to pass, has time, going up top. Has locked out inside the 5. They got to call a timeout. They got 6 seconds left. And Locke has it in at the 3-yard line. Oh, man, what a catch. In double coverage. He wisely kind of boxed out the 2 defenders behind him as he was falling.
And a nice throw by Connor.
Yes, it was.
How he knew that Brendan was going to be able to box those guys out like that. But they were both behind him, and he just stayed in front of him and made the catch.
Yeah, I think gravity just kind of helped him do that.
Right.
So, interesting situation here now. 6. Now, they have the tenths of a second here on the clock. They have 6.6 seconds on the clock. Lions do have 1 timeout remaining. So if they wanted to power it up with Schaefer, they could. Or just for Fracassi going QB power.
You got 1 running play, 2 passing plays.
And really, this is a huge part of this game.
Well, play action here is so, it scares the heck out of the defense out there. Right. They don't know what the heck.
Here we go. Fracassi out of the gun. Jack Schaefer to his right. They fake it to Schaefer, under pressure, fires, it's intercepted. And this could be trouble. Quinn Fracassi makes a huge tackle, absolutely huge tackle, to prevent a pick 6. And we'll go to the half. Your score, the South Lyon Lions 21, the Fenton Tigers 10. Folks, we are in for a second half. This is a playoff game. We will see you back here in the third quarter. We welcome you back to Fenton High School. Chris Shinovar to kick off for the Lions, and we're underway in this second half of this pre-district playoff game. And the Tigers are going to have decent field position to start things out. They'll start at their own 37-yard line.
Up to the 37-yard line.
Well, Brian, let's just do a quick recap here of the first half. I mean, the Lions come out and shock and awe. Just bang, 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 21-0. Credit the Fenton Tigers, able to kind of survive the storm, get a big play themselves, get a touchdown and a field goal before the end of the half, and their defense comes up with a big turnover right before the end of the half.
Oh, yeah. They dodged a bullet there. Could have been at least another 3 points, if not 7. And Fenton just is not going away at all.
No. That's exactly right. Jack Schaefer in on that tackle. We'll call it a gain of 3. Second down and 7. But, yeah, I mean, in case anyone was wondering, we've got a football game here in the second half.
Oh, yeah.
Another gashing run, hard run down there. Looks like number 25.
Yep.
Amari Westbrook.
Yep. Him and Brandon Miller have been the workhorses for their offense this year. Getting a little work or info from the press box downstairs, and they've been a passing running team all year, so they're not one-dimensional by any means.
Well, they certainly have the talent to not be one-dimensional.
Well, I think I had said that they had played Mott. That was last year. They played Walled Lake Northern, and did a pretty good number on them. They're doing it right here now.
Yes, they are. Opening drive of this second half. First possession of offense for the Tigers. They started at around their 35-yard line, and they are now into Lion territory.
Second down and 10.
And this defense is going to have to stiffen up here.
We're going to get an officials timeout down on the field. Fit where it is. A gain of 3 or 4 on the lateral that ended up going forward. Out of the gun. Fires on the comeback route as a man down to the South Lyon 34. 28.
His pass is complete to
Ryan Miller.
Ryan Miller.
Yep, that was a name you were just mentioning.
First down.
And the Tigers are mounting an impressive opening drive here in the third quarter. Incomplete, intended for Looks like number 4. Looks number 3, 23, Brendan Dancer in coverage.
Brady Triola. He's called his name, or the press box has called his name a few times, so active on the offense here.
.25 remaining in this third quarter. Your score, the South Lyon Lions 21, the Fenton Tigers 10. They give it to their big fullback, number 33. And he'll be able to work his way down to the Lion 26. Anderson on the carry.
Mitch Morris made a tackle.
They credit Camoris and Taylor on the tackle. A gashing run now for the Tigers. Down inside the Lion 15 to the 14.
I missed the number on that one.
Give to the tailback, out of the gun to the 10, inside the 5. Ball comes out and out the end zone. That should be a touchback. That should be a touchback for the Lions. That should be a touchback for the Lions. We see this happen almost every week on NFL Red Zone. People reaching for the end zone. It gets knocked out and rolls out the end zone. And it is it's a hefty penalty to pay for going for that touchdown. They're going to wave it a touchback, and it's Lion ball. Big stand by the Lions. What a turn of events.
Oh, my gosh. This is a game of big plays here tonight. Fenton had their share. The Lions come up with a couple. That is a huge play right now because they were moving.
Yeah, they were. And I'll tell you what, these plays some of these major plays have happened inside the 5-yard line for both teams. The Lions interception, and of course, that is a demoralizing turnover right there coming out. Yeah. You've got a chance to get this back to a one-possession game. You go on a real just impressive opening third quarter drive, and to have it just washed away on that reach for the end zone. What a great play by the Lion defense. And so Fracassi and crew will start 1st and 10 at their own 20. 9:48 to play third quarter. They're going to switch it up. Fracassi play action, fires, slant route, and just missed a lock there. Definitely had some space.
He did, and he had a step on the defensive guy who's going to have to chase him down. That would have been an interesting play to see it play out.
Someone was going to be responsible for a big open field tackle.
Yes.
2nd down and 10 for the Lions. 9:46 to play in this third quarter. Alongside Brian McPhee, I'm Dan Pelchat. Matt Boyer on camera tonight. It is November 1st, 2019. We're at Fenton High School for the pre-district playoffs. Pass complete to Locke. Nice little shake and bake. Has a first down across the 30 before he's knocked out of bounds.
Locke did a great job there of making a little move. The cornerback stopped and gave Locke the opportunity to get a step on him and get out of bounds for the first down.
1st and 10 for the Lions at about the 32-yard line, their own 32-yard line.
Lions at the 32-yard line.
Give is to Schaefer. Not a lot doing there.
No, this defensive line by Fenton has just been tenacious. We have not had a lot of success between the tackles.
Loss of a couple on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 12. Pass complete to Locke. It'll be a gain of 3 or so.
Forgot pass to complete the Locke.
3rd down and 9.
Ryan Miller made the tackle for the Tigers.
Miller had good coverage on there. Locked a little button hook there and just had no place to go.
Now the Lions have been relatively efficient on 3rd down. They've been efficient at also picking up penalties on the 3rd down. Trips to the near side. Fracassi fires. Very nice coverage on the far side there on Steve Shelton.
Yeah, I was kind of looking for a flag, but that's just a homer in me, you know. Good coverage by the D-back.
Locke's punt is away and angled out of bounds. And the Tigers will start 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. 8:03 to play 3rd quarter. South Lyon leads the Fenton Tigers 21-10. Give to the tailback on the right side. He'll pick up about 4. That run out of the shotgun has been pretty effective here in the second half.
It sure has. You know, I don't know if that's something different that the Lions didn't see on film, but they're having a little trouble adjusting to it.
Another decent gain there. They're going to be awfully close to a 1st down. They're going to give it to him.
The 1st down for the Tigers.
1st and 10 Tigers at their own 46-yard line. 7:30 and counting left to play in this 3rd quarter.
And they just go into the run game right now, and why not? They're averaging about 4 yards a carry. 3 of those is a 1st down. It's easy math.
Yep. Even for us, right, Brian?
Yeah. Well, I use old math, but they need a stop.
Out of the gun. Checks back over the middle. Great coverage by Newman, and they're going to flag him for it.
That came out late.
Yeah, it did. That's I don't know about all that. It's
Ryan Miller.
I'll be sure to make sure to pay attention to that on the replay. I thought it was pretty good.
That looked like real good coverage.
Pretty well timed by Newman. And that's what I got to imagine the coaching staff for the Lions is echoing down there.
Penalties against South Lyon for a pass interference. 15-yard penalty will give the Tigers a 1st down at the 35-yard line.
So 6:55 to play, 3rd quarter. Lions with an 11-point lead. 21-10. Fenton stays in the gun. Picks up a couple maybe.
Almost a tackle for loss there. I couldn't tell who hit the running back first, but someone did in the backfield and just couldn't bring him down.
Jalen Esbach here, being a 4 down to the 28-yard line.
Gonna get an official's timeout on the field. And it's timeout South Lyon there first. We'll step out for a quick break. 6:14 to play 3rd quarter. Lions lead it 21-10. Out of the timeout, 3rd and 3. Give to the tailback out of the gun. He'll have a 1st down to the Lion 20.
Jack Schaefer made a great tackle there. You know how they're getting so wide open on the outside. They're getting past the linemen, and there's no one at that second level. They got to come from the side.
And another flag.
So I don't know what that flag could be. It was thrown right at where it looked like a solid tackle by Keegan McGrath.
Maybe he had someone covered up or something. Pass interference against the offense.
Penalties against the Tigers.
So that'll back them up.
Pass interference, penalty against the Tigers.
The Lions are going to have to come up with an answer for this full house backfield where they're mixed, just crisscrossing back there and losing the running back.
And I don't know, obviously, if it's a RPO. Is it designed where they have an option, or is it assigned play? It's either way. It's been incredibly effective since the halftime break. They used it very effectively on that opening drive, and it's continued to work for 4 or 5 yards. And now we got a whistle. I think maybe they just snapped it early before the official gave them the start for play.
Oh, there's a holding penalty.
Well, just a half a step behind him, and incomplete.
Here's his pass, attempt for Ethan Pye, it's incomplete.
Steve Shelton there in coverage.
Second down 25, the Tigers at the 35-yard line.
Hey, Ben Caesar was coming in on the quarterback, and all of a sudden he went to the ground.
Yeah.
And no flag.
Nice work by the Lions to get over there for the gang tackle.
Complete to British Viola, 3-yard gain. The Frank made the tackle for the Lions.
I mean, if you're Fenton here, and it seems like they've got a kicker. The kid has a pretty good leg on the kickoff. Are you just trying to get back into field goal range here to give this kid a shot to make this a one-possession game?
I don't know. They do have the wind with them
for
this quarter, so but they got 3rd and 22. Not too many plays in the playbook to draw from here.
Going up top, has a man, incomplete. Great coverage by Newman. Or yes, that was Newman. Yep. Flag down back at the 38-yard line.
Here's a penalty marker on the field.
It is holding.
I was watching Jesse Powell there, and the tackle there has actually been doing a pretty good job of blocking him. But that time he had to resort to holding, keep him off his quarterback.
Lions will decline that, obviously, and bring up 4th down and 22 for the Tigers. They need to get to the Lion 11-yard line for a first down. And they're going to go for it. Oh, might be a quick kick here. Yep. And it gets into the end zone for a touchback. And so the Lions will start 1st and 10 at their own 20. 4:56 to play, third quarter. And the Lions lead it 21-10.
1st and 10.
Fracassi fakes it to Quinn. Fracassi, and has a tough time getting a whole lot of anything there. Maybe a half a yard.
Gain a yard on the play. Henry made the tackle for the Tigers.
and intended for Newman. Great break on the ball by the Fenton. I don't know. I'm assuming he was a linebacker.
Yeah, that was 23. Stephen Bloss, who's a D-back.
Yep.
Probably playing up in that
yeah, he did.
fifth linebacker position.
Yeah.
For the Lions at the 21-yard line.
So 3rd down, 9 to go, 4:10 remaining third quarter. Both offenses have kind of sputtered out here after an impressive drive by the Tigers to start the half, but having a fumble in the end zone go to a touchback for the Lions. Fracassi fires incomplete, and I think they're going to throw the flag. It was tough to tell. I mean, obviously he was probably held, but I think he might have clipped the official down there too.
Well, Mitch Camoras got spun around before he even got the ball thrown near him. His jersey was going one direction, and it looked like a pretty obvious call for the refs.
Well, the standard's been set now, so.
Penalty is a holding against the Tigers.
So that will be an automatic first down.
10-yard penalty results in a first down for the Tigers.
4:07 left to play in this third quarter. And the Lions with a fresh set of downs. Singleton to Fracassi's right. Has time, now under pressure. And Fracassi sacked back at the 22-yard line.
Fracassi is ball carrier. That's for a 9-yard loss by Will Smith.
Will Smith in on the sack.
And that's Connor's gone down about 4 times tonight. That's uncharacteristic of this Lions team.
Oh, Connor just taken down as he was rolling to the near side.
Austin Henyard, number 21.
Number 21, Austin Henyard.
We're going the wrong direction.
Yeah, and you know, it was kind of an awkward hit there, and I'm wondering if it got underneath Fracassi's face mask and hit him in the face a little bit. He looked like it kind of shook him up a little bit. Trips to the far side. Brendan Locke down here, possibly in man coverage on the near side. And we're going to get a stop. Lions now come out in a different formation. Locke up top to the far sideline. Fracassi looking at him. Tries to go there. It's going to be intercepted.
The South Lyon pass is intercepted by Ryan Miller.
Ryan Miller on the interception with 1:55 to play, third quarter. And the Fenton Tigers are going to have it 1st and 10 inside Lion territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, it looked like there may have been some miscommunication there or reads on what to do there, because Brendan was coming back towards the center of the field and Fracassi threw it to the outside. Works out almost as good as a punt would have done where we would have been kicking it from, but still, it's a little demoralizing to have a series of downs like that.
Fenton with another opportunity to get this down to a one-possession game. Give up the middle. I see Jesse Powell and Mitch Camoras there rushing him out of bounds.
Gain of 2 on the play. Mitch Kamaris made the tackle for the Lions. Second down and 8 for the Tigers.
Has some time. Fires it deep into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. A 45-yard strike to, for the moment, make this a 5-point game. It'll be interesting to see if they decide to go for 2 here and make it a 3-point game. It looks like the extra point team is on. High snap, gets it down, impressive play, and it's good. So with 1:09 to play, third quarter, the South Lyon Lions, who jumped out to a 21-0 lead, are now in a 4-point football game with the Fenton Tigers with 17 unanswered.
I tell you, the Lions have got to regroup over there and figure out a way to stop this offense, because they've been marched down into our the last 4 possessions or so. They've marched right down there, and the Lions have been fortunate with the penalty. They held them to a field goal, and now they got the touchdown. So they got to wake up.
Yep. We'll be back in a moment. Brendan Locke deep to return for the Lions. Let's see if maybe the Lions special team can spark this offense. Locke will attempt to field it. Nice work knocking that down. He will be hit and whistled dead short of the 20-yard line. Looks like they'll mark it at the 19. 1:02 remaining in this third quarter, and the Lions lead it 21-17. Quinn Fracassi on the end around or sweep, picks up maybe a yard and a half. I'm sorry, I forgot they started at the 19, so it was a couple and a half.
Right.
Get in the habit of everyone starting at the 20-yard line. Get it together. All right. Second down, we'll call it 8. This could be the final play of the third quarter as we approach the 20-second mark. Fracassi out of the gun, has Schaefer to his right. Schaefer got beat to the inside. The ball is loose, and it's Fenton ball. And Fracassi appears to be shaken up. We have 10 seconds remaining in this third quarter, and the Fenton Tigers are going to have it 1st and 10 inside the Lion 20 with a chance to take their first lead of the game. Trips to the near side. Give to the tailback. Lions come up, flag down, and behind the play back at the 22. 3 seconds left in this third quarter. It's always nice when you see them respot the flag. You have a pretty good idea of what the call is now.
Right.
It's going to be holding against Fenton. That'll back them up 10 yards from the spot of the foul, which looks at about the 31-yard line possibly. And
Lions did a much better job of covering that running back
Yes,
that time. They stretched it out and kept him contained.
So they should wind the clock here, and that'll do it for the third quarter. And I know we won't have to tell you twice. Stick around, folks. We're in for a finish here at Fenton High School. Your score at the end of 3, the South Lyon Lions 21, the Fenton Tigers 17.
End of the third quarter.
First down and 22 for the Tigers to start us off here in the fourth quarter. The Tiger defense came up with a huge turnover to end the third quarter and now gave their offense a chance to give them the first lead of the game. Give to the tailback along the near sideline. Knocked out of bounds by number 2, Keegan McGrath. But not until he picks up about 10 yards. We'll make it second down and 11.
You know, and from our angle up here, you can just see that play roll out, and Fenton did a great job of getting ahead on every one of our outside guys there. So they blocked it very well with the old stalk blockers.
Quarterback draw. And he's running hard down there. Mitch and the Lions able to make the tackle, make it third down and 10. This is a huge play in this game. Looking at about, they need to get to the Lion 8, we'll call it, for a first. And in motion, gives to the tailback, and the Lions are there. Number 23, Brennan Dancer. Ball comes out, the whistle's been blown. So that'll bring up a fourth down. Looking at about a 35-yarder, 36.
Into the wind, too.
True. He's kicking it. But number 94, the young man we've seen kicking the extra points, is on the field.
Yep, and his kickoffs have gone right to the goal line, if not in, for at least one touchback.
I think you got to be watching for the fake here, too.
The breeze has picked up.
Yeah, the breeze has picked up, Boyer. Good call. It is into the face. We're looking at a 34-yarder from the right hash. Hold is down, kick is up, and I think he pulled it left. And he did. And the Lions catch a break just when they needed it.
That had the distance. So I don't know if kicking from this hash mark that he overcompensated, but the Lions dodge a bullet there.
10:35 to play fourth quarter. I'm watching to see if Connor is coming onto the field. He was shaken up there at the end of that last drive. And it looks like he's coming onto the field right now, so that's good to see.
Yeah, yes. He was hobbling off, holding his back, or I don't know if he had the wind knocked out of him or what,
it
but
did have that
he wasn't
look
walking too well.
Wind, yeah. So the Lions have it. 1st and 10 at their own 20. 10:35 to go in the fourth quarter, and the Lion offense looking to put a little something together here. Schaefer in motion. And the Lions were hopeful to try and get a free play, but I think it's going to be encroachment against the defense.
Well, I hope so, because Jack was heading upfield before the ball was snapped. It'll look like the...
Oh, they're going to get the Lions for a false start.
This team is imploding on themselves here.
First down 15 from the 15-yard line.
Well, it just makes it even more difficult when you're having a little bit of a sputtering offense when you tack on extra yardage to the first down distance. Trips to the near side. Let's see if the Lions can overcome it. Fires. Lock. You don't see that a lot either.
No.
Pass is incomplete to the rock. Ryan Miller becomes that pass. Second and 15.
The Lions just look a little rattled here. I mean, there's just really no other way to put it.
I got to tell you that this Fenton team has a lot of speed and athletes.
Yeah.
You know, and the old adage, speed kills, is tearing the Lions up right now.
Lions facing a 2nd down and 15. They need to get to their own 30-yard line for a first down. 10 minutes, 30 seconds exactly left on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Camoris in motion. Fracassi back to pass. He's under pressure. They set up the screen to Schaefer. Schaefer's just not able to break that tackle. And a very impressive defensive play by the Tigers.
It was. He's a tough kid to bring down like that, and Jack is just beside himself over there right now.
Yeah, you're
'Cause
right.
he had yardage in front of
He
him.
did, and Brian, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's tough to get the number. We didn't get the number of the kid on defense that made the play, but not every kid's going to be able to tackle Jack Schaefer from behind like that.
Oh,
A very impressive effort there. Now forces a 3rd and long for the Lions. Fracassi out of the gun. Schaefer to his left. Gonna roll to the near side. He's got time. Fires. Pass is deflected and broken up. And the Lions will be in a punting situation with 9:39 to play in the 4th.
Broken up by Marcus Berkey, 4th and 11 for the Lions.
well, it's been a field position kind of game here in the second half, and Lions just haven't had any good field position.
Well, maybe Locke can step into one here and have the gentle breeze at his back here. Now the Tigers got 2 men back to field this. Now one will come up.
They need to be going for the block here.
Oh, they did. And the Lions might have got away with a little bit of a hold there. Here's the return, and the Tigers are going to have it 1st and 10 at the Lion 35.
Trail returns the punt down to the 35-yard line. Tigers will have 1st and 10 at the Lion 35.
9.5 to play here in the 4th quarter. The Lions leading it 21-17. And the defense will have to answer the bell again.
Yep. Fenton's got all the momentum right now, and the Lions really need to try to get 3 and out here.
Trips to the near side for the Tigers. Actually 5 wide, man in motion. Quarterback going to keep it on the option, and he'll have a pickup of about 6 or 7.
Yeah, that was a big play by the quarterback there. Dylan Davidson did a good job of just pulling that down, and he didn't hesitate at all. He just took off.
Yep. They're going to stay in the 5 wide, out of the gun. Same motion, man. They give it to him this time. Trying to get to the corner, and he's got it. Ball was fumbled out of bounds, but not until the Tigers get a 1st down at the South Lyon 14.
Fenton's doing a really good job of blocking that end out there and sealing it off so the running back can get around the corner.
Timeout, South Lyon. 8:57 to play here in the 4th. That's the Lions' 2nd timeout. We'll step out for a break. 21-17 our score. Time to buckle down here for the Lion defense. 1st and 10 for the Tigers at just inside the Lion 15. They go gun. Handoff to the tailback. He breaks the tackle. In for the Fenton touchdown. And the Tigers have their 1st lead of the game.
They've been chomping away at it all ever since really the end of the second half. This offense has come alive for Fenton, and the Lions have kept dodging a bullet here and there, but this one they just couldn't.
A very important extra point here. That's exactly why you kick it last time, though. Extra point is up and good. So with 8:51 to play, the Fenton Tigers, with 24 unanswered, have taken a 3-point lead over the South Lyon Lions. And the Lion offense is going to have to get it going quick. Brendan Locke, deep to return for the Lions. 8:51 to play here in the 4th quarter, and the Fenton home crowd has come to life. Locke looking for a lane. Going to run into a crowd around the 25. And that's where the Lions will start.
Number 81, Brendan Locke. Takes the kickoff. He gets up to
Now,
26 yards.
let us all just take a deep breath and remember the Lions are very comfortable playing into close games.
Yes, they've been doing it for 2 years.
But there's something also to be said about trying to pull yourself out of a little bit of a free fall here. And the Lions have got to get something going offensively here, if for nothing else, to try and change the field position game.
Right. They got to find something to exploit against this defense. And they did at the start of the game. They stretched the field, and just like that.
Yep. Connor Fracassi finds his brother Quinn there for a gain of about 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2. 8.5 and counting left to play in this 4th quarter.
This gives you a whole lot more of the playbook to use at 2nd and short. 3rd and 22 or something you don't have a lot of plays for.
Lions out in the pistol. Schaefer, the lone back behind Fracassi. The give is to Schaefer. Schaefer able to grind his way for a 1st down to about the Lion 39.
Nice run there by Jack. He stayed real low, got through to the 1st down, and got a little more after that.
1st down 10 Lions at the 39.
Fracassi's pass complete to 81, Brendan Locke. He'll have a gain of about 7.
Pass is complete to the Locke. 5-yard gain up to the 45. Ryan Miller to attack for the Tigers.
They took away a couple of his forward progress yards.
Yeah. They'll call it 2nd and 4 as we approach the 7-minute mark. Your score, the Fenton Tigers 24, the South Lyon Lions 21. Here in the 4th at Fenton High School. Fracassi fires, pass dropped. Intended for Keegan McGrath.
Intended for McGrath is incomplete. 3rd down and 4 for the Lions at the 45-yard line. Even ball also covers the Tigers.
Lions looking at a 3rd down and 4 with 6:44 to play in regulation. Schaefer to Fracassi's right. The Lions need their own 49. Fracassi back to pass. Steps up, fires, has McGrath, turns the corner, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Lions! Big play!
Wow!
Touchdown Lions!
But great run after catch by Keegan McGrath, and kudos to Connor Fracassi, who has been under duress this whole 2nd half. Steps up strong, fires the ball, finds his man, and the Lions get home and able to finally fire back against a just raging comeback by the Fenton Tigers.
Well, that was a great run by Keegan, making the catch in traffic and then getting away from that and turning upfield quick enough so that the safety couldn't get the angle on him.
Stojanovich's extra point is up and good, and that's a big one. The Lions now take a 28-24 lead with 6.5 to play. Here in the 4th, there is a flag.
Looks like this will be assessed on the kickoff.
Personal foul penalties against the Lions.
6:31 remaining to play in this 4th quarter. Christian Navarre to kick off for the Lions. The Lions were assessed a personal foul after the extra point. Shinovar steps into one, and it goes out of bounds, just like our cameraman Matt Boyer suggested, and it'll go to the 35-yard line.
Schumacher's kickoff goes out of bounds. There's a penalty on the play.
You know, to give a shout out to the South Lyon fans, they traveled pretty well here tonight in this cold.
That is a full house over there in the visitors section. Boyer, could you get a shot of that really quick if you haven't yet? Thanks, buddy. Great turnout here at Fenton. And they haven't been disappointed. What a football game.
It has.
Making them re-kick it.
Legal procedure against the Lions.
Comes against Lions while out of bounds. Tigers will have it first 10 at the 50-yard line.
I don't know. So the PA announcers come out and said the Tigers will get it at midfield. Maybe they decided, you know what it is? They decide since the Lions kicked it out of bounds, can you take it? You get the penalty twice then? Like, you pushed them back on the kickoff. They assessed what it would be a 15-yard penalty to that. I don't know. We'll have to definitely do some research on that after the game. But here come the Tigers. 5 wide, man in motion. They give it to him on the end around. Lions, not there. Finds a lane, tripped up by Brendan Dancer and saved a touchdown.
Wow.
And that play has been very effective here in the second half.
It sure has. It's kind of been their bread and butter out there. We've been doing a good job this year of sealing off those end runs. Tonight we just haven't been able to get to them.
5 wide again, out of the gun. Lions defense reeling for a stop. Quarterback going to keep it up the middle. He'll pick up a gain of 8. And it looks like we have a Lion shaking up on the play. And it's Jack Schaefer.
Limping.
And he's going to need a...
Yep, and he's calling for... Ben Caesar's coming in. Ben's done a good job at middle linebacker.
Well, he's going to come in here when the Lions need him most. 5.5 and counting. 2nd down and 2 for the Tigers. The quarterback going to keep it. He's met in the backfield, and it's Ben Caesar.
Ben Caesar comes off the bench and just does a great job.
Big tackle for loss there. Forces now a 3rd down and 4. The Tigers need to get to the 21-yard line for a first down as we approach the 5-minute mark here remaining in the 4th quarter, Brian.
They go back to that full house. They've been running it all second half.
And he's going to have a first down to the Lion 18-yard line.
So you give those Fenton linemen credit for opening up those holes.
Just a reminder, the Lions had to burn 2 timeouts earlier in this half. So they only have 1 timeout remaining. Give to the tailback, wrapped up by Ben Caesar. Loss of about 1 on the play.
Big Gus Taylor in there also.
Caesar made that tackle to the Lions.
4:26 and counting. We are in a 4-point ball game, so the Fenton Tigers, unless it happens relatively soon, will probably not be settling for a 3-point field goal attempt.
No.
On the field, timeout call by the Tigers.
And the Tigers are going to burn their first time out with 4:21 remaining here in the 4th. The Lions lead it 28-24. Ow. We're under action here again. Out of the timeout, and the Tigers find a man down to the Lion 8-yard line. It'll be a 1st and goal situation.
Tigers.
1st and goal, Tigers inside the Lion 10. Ben Caesar in there and others to make the tackle. About no gain on the play as we're now under 4 minutes to play and counting.
On that last pass play, Ben Caesar almost blocked that pass. I thought he did. I thought he deflected it, but didn't get to it.
Number 65, Ryan Chapman, tackle for the Lions.
Fenton going to be in no hurry here, as this is basically heading into a sudden death-like type situation with where we're at on the clock. Field goal not an option. Tigers trail by 4. Give to the tailback. Lions meet them around the 5 or 6 yard line. We'll see where they spot it.
Low range is ball carrier.
Looks like they're going to spot him about the 7, so not much there.
No. Defense stood up really good there.
3rd down, goal to go from the 7. 3:02 and counting left to play in the 4th. This is what you play for.
Yep.
The Lions defense desperately needs to stop. We got a flag. What's this going to be? Too many men in the huddle?
Break the huddle with 12.
There's just only so many things that can be a pre-snap penalty like that. And now they wave it off. It's almost like a free timeout for the Tigers. And Henson's, I got to imagine he's saying the same thing.
Yep. Why do you throw a flag and then pick it up?
That is just a...
It's not like a snap judgment call of watching a
right
pass interference or talking it over with the refs. With your buddies.
That's huge. That's a 4th timeout that they didn't even have to burn. They still sit on 2 timeouts here, the Tigers do. But on a 3rd and goal from the 7, and really 2 major plays here that the Tigers need to get in the end zone, they get a freebie, talk it over with the coach. Here we go. The Lions defense has to stand tall here. 3rd and goal from the 7, out of the gun. Rolling to the near side. Fires. Incomplete. Had his man, but fired it through his hands.
Oh. Mitch Camoris was barreling down on him from behind, and I think he sensed that and just fired that with a little more adrenaline than he normally would have had. .246 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Your score, the South Lyon Lions 28, the Fenton Tigers 24. 4th and goal from the 7 for Fenton. And I feel like they're going to have to hurry to the line here. Nope, now we're going to get a timeout. Fenton. We'll step out for a quick break.
That's our 3rd.
South Lyon is. As loud as I can hear them over here.
Yeah. Well, here we go, folks. This is the ball game. 4th and goal from the 7. 2:46 left. Tigers under pressure. Rolling, throws to the end zone, has a man. Touchdown, Fenton.
Touchdown, Tigers. Ray Triola with a touchdown reception from Dylan Hanson.
Well, the Lions are going to need to forget about it and get ready to go for a really important extra point here, as the Lions will have 2:39 and a timeout to manufacture any sort of points. Kick is up, and it is good.
Boy, Jake Newman almost got that.
2:39 left in the 4th quarter. Fenton Tigers 31.
Brendan Locke back to return for the Lions. He is a dangerous return man. He will field it at the 11. looking to get to the outside. And he'll be horse collar tackled. We'll see if they call it.
Brendan Locke takes the kickoff
Backwards.
for the South Lyon Lions. He's dropped at the 12-yard line by Charlie Hudzinski.
Well, the Lions will start 88 yards away from the end zone. 2:33 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Do the Cardiac Kids have one more in the tank? Connor Fracassi has trips to the near side out of the gun. Fires, complete to Steve Shelton. He's tackled, but not before he could get out of bounds. The clock will run. 2:23 and rolling. Second down, we'll call it 5.
Complete to Patch. Berkey the tackle.
Fracassi out of the gun, back to pass, fires again quickly. Has Shelton again, it'll be first down out of bounds at the Lion 25, 26-yard line. 2:06 left on the clock.
Well, the Lions are taking what they're giving them, which is what you got to do here, and try to get out of bounds as much as possible to keep that clock, manage the clock for yourselves.
Lions out of the gun. Fracassi going deep for Keegan.
Oh.
Nearly had him, but it was also nearly picked off. And he looks like he might be a little shaken up over there. He landed awkwardly. Second down, 10 yards to go, 1:59 left on the clock here.
Second down 10 for the Lions.
Lions out of the gun. Jack Schaefer to the right of Connor Fracassi. Back to pass. Fracassi under pressure immediately. Fires. Incomplete.
Fracassi's pass is incomplete.
Intended for Newman.
Yeah, Fracassi did a good job of getting away from that rush, but he didn't have an accurate pass out there on the run.
Lions will face a third down and 10. They need to get to their own 35-yard line in the next two plays. Newman and Fracassi to the near side. Connor Fracassi out of the gun. Back to pass. He's going to step up. And he's going to be able to get to the 32. And you wonder if the Lions call their timeout here to talk this over. And it looks as if they did. So with 1:38 to play in the fourth, the Lions face a 4th and 3 in a do-or-die situation. We'll step out for a quick break and set it back up when we return. Well, Brian, here we go. 4th
No
and
bigger
3.
play all year than right here.
Yep, the Lions need the 35 or the game is over. 1:38 to play in the fourth. The Lions trail 31-28. Lock in motion. Fracassi back to pass. Steps up. Looking. Fires. Broken up.
Fracassi's pass is broken up by the Tigers. Tigers will take over on downs. First and 10 Tigers at the
And that
32-yard.
is going to be a game-winning play and stop for the Fenton Tigers.
Well, you got to hand it to this Fenton Tiger team here. They have not let up since the middle or towards the end of the second quarter. They have just taken it to them, and the Lions just really haven't had an answer all day long for that running attack. And unfortunately for the Lions, they're going to see their season come to an end here.
We will have a quick post-game report.
Davis takes the lead.
That's the final play of the game. The clock will wind down here at Fenton High School, and your final score will be the Fenton Tigers 31, the South Lyon Lions 28. Stick around. We'll have a quick post-game report to wrap things up here from Fenton High School. Well, Brian, what can you say? You play sports long enough, you see things like this from time to time. The Lions came out and just had the gas pedal down, 21-0. Things are looking good, and kudos to the Fenton Tigers. All heart found a way to come back from 21 down to win it 31-28 tonight.
Yeah, you have to hand it to them. And, you know, if you're a sports fan, this is a great game to watch.
Right.
If you're a South Lyon fan, it was horrible.
Yes.
So, you know, I don't know other way to put it into perspective.
No, you did good there.
But, you know, it's a game. You go out there, and it's a team sport. And Fenton played as a team out there, and a team that has speed. It didn't look like they had bigger athletes or maybe better athletes, but they played as a team, and they never let down.
Yeah.
Not that our guys did either,
no.
but they just had seemed to have more in the tank than we did.
Yeah. Well, there's no way to really even try and come up with a reason as to why or how, but you know, you start seeing a comeback like that happen, and we see it in professional sports all the way down to here at the high school level. Sometimes that's hard to pull yourself out of, and that's what seemed to happen here in the second half. The Lions caught a break after that impressive drive and knocked the ball out of the tailback's hands, and it rolled out the side of the end zone for a touchback. But that's the way it goes sometimes. Right. And so, you know, if Paul were here, I think he would try and put a little silver lining on this, so I'm going to try and do that. You know, these kids, 17-1, you know, over the last 2 years in the regular season, that's incredibly impressive. It's been a joy to watch these kids play. Your heart breaks really anytime your team goes out in a playoff matchup, whether it's the first round or the finals. And it's unfortunate. It just doesn't get really any easier than losing in the playoffs.
No, it really doesn't. You know, like I say, this team, I know one of the dads out there has known all these kids since their Panther days.
Right.
But their high school career, the seniors here, their freshman year, they did not lose a game.
Right.
Their JV year, they lost one game,
Yep.
and they had 10 guys up on varsity.
Right.
So the next 2 years to lose just 3 games, counting the playoffs, you can't ask for much more than that from these kids.
No, and it's a great group of kids. They're involved in the community. I mean, the coaching staff. I mean, it's a team to be proud of. You know, it's a tough loss tonight. I'm hurting with the kids, but you know, there's definitely a lot to be proud of this group, and there will be some big shoes to fill going forward for this team. One of the old things we used to say when Mark Thomas was still here and Bob Shalasky is, we don't rebuild, we reload.
Right.
And so the kids and the juniors coming back next year, you take nothing for granted, but your goal is to get back here and improve on it next year.
Yeah. So this is just a spit in the wind in their lives,
yes.
And although what they learn
right
through all this goes with them their entire life.
Absolutely.
So
I want to thank you for coming out every week.
Thank you. It's been a riot. I really appreciate you letting me be out here, and thank the team and the coaches for all the little tidbits that they provide
right.
for you, and tolerating whatever comments
right.
I make.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of fun, and we're proud to be able to be a part of it. And we don't take that for granted. We have a lot of fun up here. We say it a lot throughout the year. Where else would you rather be on a Friday night than out somewhere calling a high school football game? And so thank you to Matt Boyer, our cameraman. He does a great job, and he gets zero pay. So as do all of us. So but we have a lot of fun, and this is why you do it, is to be able to be a part of something like this. And so one last time tonight, we'll tell you the final score here tonight from Fenton High School. The Fenton Tigers 31, your South Lyon Lions 28. That'll end their season. And Fenton will go on to play Walled Lake Western next week, and that should be a good game. We'll see if I have the heart to even tune in and pay any attention.
Yeah, and thanks to our buddy Paul Zarate for helping us out at throughout the year. Yeah, he does a great job. For sure, and I know he's going to be bummed out about this too. So, but hopefully we'll see you back next year. You just never know. But we hope to be back next year, and we'll let you know as we get closer. And maybe Brian and I might even throw a basketball game or two together in it maybe this year from South Lyon East if we can. But again, one last time for Brian McPhee, Matt Boyer on camera, I'm Dan Pelchat. Remember, folks, it's a great day to be living in America, and we will see you next time. Thank you for joining us.